a man accused of killing 4 of his own children faces new charges. The bodies were discovered in the trunk of a car at a Johnston County home 5 months after the murders.
This is a horrific story. New in the last few hours, Wellington Dickens III appeared in court for the first time. He was denied bond and charged with 3 additional murders. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Ashley Rowe. The children were ages 6, 9, 10, and 18. Officials say their father called 911 and confessed to killing them. We have live team coverage of this tragic case with new reaction and insight into the family at the center of this. Let's begin with WRAL's Sean Gallagher live with new details in the investigation. Sean?
Ashley, we spoke to a family member of Wellington Dickens to learn more about who he is, an Iraq War veteran, a widower, and now an accused murderer in the deaths of his 4 kids.
The first matter we have before you, Your Honor, is Wellington Dickens III.
Clad in a striped orange jumpsuit, Wellington Dickens heard the serious charges he's facing.
At this time, I'm going to order that the defendant be held without bond.
Charges the sheriff's office says he's admitted to. Monday night, Johnston County sheriffs say Dickens called 911, admitting he killed his children. Deputies found 4 kids dead inside the trunk of a vehicle in the garage at Dickens' home and believe they were there for a long period of time. According to charging documents, investigators believe the children have been dead since May 1st. Believed to be Dickens' biological children, ages 6, 9, and 10, and his 18-year-old stepchild inside. Dickens' 3-year-old son was found alive inside the home.
I haven't really had time to process it.
Dickens' great-uncle Charles Moore spoke to WRAL this afternoon, telling us Dickens is an Iraq War vet.
He was in the service and he had problems ever since he came back, I think.
Court records show Dickens married his wife Stephanie in 2015. A year later, they gave birth to a baby girl. According to court filings, WakeMed submitted a report of suspicion of abuse or neglect against Dickens and his wife that year, accusing Dickens and his wife of refusing medical care for their newborn daughter with jaundice. It's an accusation Dickens challenged and sued WakeMed over. Dickens' wife died in April of 2024 due to pregnancy complications, and now 4 of his children are dead, with law enforcement pointing the finger at him.
Like anybody else, I was just shocked, you know. You hear it, talk of that happening to other people, but you just wouldn't think it would happen to one of your own.
And Dickens will be back in court here in Johnston County tomorrow. 3 of those additional murder charges were filed after his first appearance, so he needs to come back to hear those charges against him. But there are still so many questions about this investigation that we don't know yet. That's why we want to bring in Heidi Kirk right now up in Zebulon outside of Dickens' home. And Heidi, it has been a very active day up there.
Sean, an extremely active day. We've been here on the scene since about 12:30 this afternoon, and from our viewpoint, not much has changed. That investigation is still extremely active. Let me step out of the way and show you what we are seeing as of this moment. You will still see crime scene tape surrounding that house, multiple law enforcement officials also on the ground here, as well as the SBI. They've had it locked down pretty much all day long. Now, we have gone door to door down this entire street asking people what they knew about this family. What we've learned from almost everyone we talked to is that they were quiet and kept to themselves. A crime scene now active for close to 20 hours, drawing eyes from up and down this street.
It's definitely a horrible thing to happen. Wouldn't wish anything on this to anybody.
It hits close to home for Fran Mikowski.
I walk by that house almost every single day.
She didn't know Wellington Dickens or the rest of his family personally, but remembers when they moved into the house on Springtooth Drive.
I never saw a child outside playing. I never saw him mowing a lawn. The only time I ever saw them was the day they moved in. And even then it was you just get the feeling that someone's to themselves.
This is the home where law enforcement staged since yesterday. Within the hour, towing a silver sedan from the garage. The 4 children were found dead inside the trunk of a car last night, one alive inside the home. It's a family that's already experienced tragedy. Many neighbors remember a food drive circulating throughout the neighborhood after Dickens' wife passed away last year unexpectedly.
Everyone in this neighborhood reached out to him, and this is a very new neighborhood. I've been here 3 years. Most everyone else has been here about a year and a half, 2 years. There was an outpouring of what can we do.
Now she's wondering what else went on behind closed doors at this home in this normally quiet neighborhood. You just really can't imagine the feeling from these people that are on this street, looking out their window, watching this investigation play out. Now, one thing that every single person that we talked to today expressed to me is just concern about that 3-year-old boy who was found alive. Everyone is thinking about him tonight. Of course, we will continue to stay on top of this. Heidi Kirk, WRAL News, live in Zebulon.
Our hearts are with that little boy. We sent this push alert minutes after we found out about the investigation. You can get important updates like this one with the WRAL News app. Just be sure to have your notifications turned on. We will stay on top of this story on air and online as we learn more.